Good morning, everyone. We are Nicole and Mico, and we have been exploring the Philippines for the past 2 months, getting to know more about the culture and Mico's roots.
In the last video, we finally made it to my childhood home city of Bacolod, which happens to be one of the big food capitals here in the Philippines.
So in today's video, we'll be exploring Bacolod the best way that we know how, which is with our very own self-led Filipino food tour.
Alright, we have made it to our first stop of the day. Every food tour in Bacolod has to have chicken inasal. This place is very famous for chicken inasal, which is basically like grilled chicken, Filipino style. So we've come to like the #1 spot where you can get chicken inasal, which is Makbang Country, which is kind of like chicken country. And they got big signs already, says delicious chicken, home to the best chicken inasal in Bacolod.
The problem is we gotta pick a restaurant because they all serve the same thing, and they're just like, it's just a huge lineup. There's one called Nicole.
I kind of want to pick the one called Nicole.
There's no one in it though. Is that bad news?
Oh, we're gonna see.
Empty.
I am really excited for this. So we got the Bacolod famous chicken inasal. So chicken inasal, like I said earlier, is like a Filipino barbecue. It is made out of chicken marinated in local herbs and spices, and then skewered with bamboo sticks and then grilled over like a charcoal fire. And it is really special here in Bacolod because this is where chicken inasal originates from. And what makes it really, really good here in Bacolod as well is that the chicken inasal is extremely juicy.
So we got 3 different kinds of meat today. So this is chicken thigh, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
This is, yeah, it's called pa'a. It's the chicken thigh.
What's the Filipino name for this one?
This is tinae, which is like chicken intestines.
Yeah.
So it's all parts of the chicken.
Yeah.
And then I also ordered us atay, which is chicken liver.
Yeah.
A little different for Nicole, but I love this food.
I'm gonna try liver, I think, hey?
We're keeping it pretty tamed right now because we have a lot of food ahead. So
This is tame?
look, I mean, like in terms of the amount of food,
Oh, yeah,
normally
of course.
this pile would be stacked high if you're coming here with your family.
All right, guys. Chicken liver inasal. It's not my favorite. Like squishy and like mushy. It's like eating. Actually, the texture is kind of like eating like a squishy potato or something.
Try the pa'a. That's like the main thing.
Now this looks absolutely amazing because it's like so. Look at that. It's so juicy looking and like crispy.
I'm also gonna make you a sauce. Good?
Good. That's very good.
We've had chicken inasal in Manila as well, but it does not compare to this. This is really juicy. I'm making like a sauce for Nicole. I've got like soy sauce in here, and I'm gonna add some vinegar.
This is calamansi, by the way. I didn't know that before coming to the Philippines. So it's like a tiny lime, but it's sweet, much sweeter than a lime.
And I'm gonna add that calamansi into the sauce. Chicken oil.
Chicken oil.
You add it to your rice.
Can I have some?
Oh yeah. So I'm gonna have the liver. Honestly, the best way to eat this is with your hands. Oh, man.
Good.
This is the tinae, which is like cool looking chicken intestines. You gotta try this one. Yeah.
Oh, look at that.
Yeah, cheers. It's good.
It's good. It tastes kind of like chicken skin. But like always like thick. Yeah.
Just like a
Right?
chicken skin, yeah. Nicole always laughed at me because she's always thought it was funny that my favorite meal in the entire world is just chicken and rice.
Literally like grilled chicken or like those full rotisserie
Rotisserie,
chicken. His favorite thing.
From like Costco or something like that.
Things.
As it turns out, that my hometown is actually like famous for chicken and rice. So it must be.
I didn't know this.
I had no idea. So
For all these years, we've just been like, why does Mico love chicken and rice so much? It's just a thing. And then we come to Bacolod and we're like, oh.
it makes sense now.
I think what I'm learning too about chicken inasal is that like it's about like the whole thing together. Like I really think you gotta do the sauce, you gotta do the chicken oil, obviously like the mixture of rice and then meat. It's really like the whole thing. You need the whole package, and then it's excellent.
This is what I consider the perfect barbecue day. You know, if you're out having barbecue in the park, this is what I would love to see on the grill every single time.
This is just your perfect day.
I'm really excited for this food tour today, guys. If you can see that.
Okay, so we've made our way into a place called Sharyn's Cansi house. Cansi is a dish here in Bacolod, and from what I understand, this was actually potentially the very first Cansi restaurant here in the city. That's what the guy front told us, at least. It's a super famous one. Apparently, the Cansi is amazing. I'm gonna let Mico tell you about the Cansi, though.
First of all, shout out to my buddy Robin back in Canada who told me about this place. This looks awesome already. I am really pumped because Cansi is like, I think I've had it before, but I've never had it here in Bacolod. It's like a big, almost think of it as like a big bone with like, I think it's a beef bone with chunks of beef on it and also bone marrow, and it's been cooking for hours and hours and hours, and it's supposed to be like mega soft, like fall off this giant bone soft. So I'm really pumped for it. Also, it's like presented in like a soup. So the broth or the soup, you mix it with the rice, it's gonna be I'm so excited. Thank you.
Before I actually eat this, why did they give us a whole extra milk? What's this for?
Maybe it's extra broth.
But what for?
Who knows?
There's so much broth here already. I'm a huge fan of like homemade broth. When we lived in Canada, I still did that a lot. I loved it. And like, look at this. Look at how like dense and meaty this is. You can just tell that like these chunks of meat have been stewing in what is now broth for so long. Oh my lord. It is so soft. It's so good. I'll try the broth. This is so good. Ooh, salty. There's so much flavor in that. It's like meaty, but it's not overly meaty, which is good because like I prefer not super meaty broth. Wow. Also, I'm pretty sure, I think I should be eating the inside of this, yeah?
Yeah, that's the bone marrow.
It looks like fat, but I know it's marrow. I feel like I should try it with rice, but
It's so healthy for you.
it's so good for me, right? Okay. All right, it's good. Oh. Okay, I don't love the texture because it's like gooey, which is just not my favorite food texture. But it actually tastes like really good. Like meaty, salty. I want to get more, but I don't know if I could.
You know, I think it's funny because where Nicole and I are from, like beef is such a huge thing. Like everybody loves like steaks and whatnot. But it turns out where I was born, beef is also a huge thing with Cansi. This is like a huge, like, honestly, I think I would choose this over steak. This is, yeah, it looks way more flavorful to me anyways. And it looks good. And I love just having just straight chunks of beef because I don't like anything added onto it, like no like extra vegetables or anything garnishing, no frills, just beef and it's soup. And with the bone and the marrow.
It's very good.
And I always thought that when Nicole and I started dating, she thought it was so weird to eat the bone marrow, but here she is today, right? Oh, there's a hard chunk in it. It's like a seed.
Okay, guys, Mico's gonna show me his Filipino-ness right now.
Oh, look him. It's coming out the other side.
No way.
It looks so weird.
Did you literally suck it out?
Mm-hmm.
Oh my gosh! I didn't think it was gonna come all out in like one like suck of the bone. I guess I don't get any more.
And what's also typical Filipino tradition is after you finish your Cansi, you take the bone home with you.
Stop. I don't think that's real. Finding that something that's really cool about these places we're going to is that they like do one thing and they just do that one thing really, really well. And, like there's a couple other things that you seem to be able to order, but for the most part, it's like when you go to like this is like a Batchoy place and like all they do is Batchoy. They do it a few different ways, but all they do is Batchoy.
Never had Batchoy before, but I've been told that you gotta try it when you come to Bacolod. It's like a Filipino noodle dish that has some meats added to it. So you usually have some beef and chicharron, which is like a pig skin.
I think the noodle in here is pancit, which is like a very classic Filipino noodle. crunchy.
Crunchy.
The chicharron is super crunchy. I was not expecting that. Okay, I like the flavor. I really like the broth. This is very good. I really enjoy this. This might be, I was gonna say it's my favorite of the day, but that's not true. They've all been so good, honestly. It looks so weird. Like,
It looks a little strange.
It looks weird when you first get it.
Let's see if it tastes strange.
It doesn't. It's good. It's good, right?
That's good.
I like it.
It's the chicharron that's doing it for me. It's like, I haven't had any crunchiness, but I can taste it and I can smell it.
Okay, so this last stop, I don't know that it's particularly Filipino, but it's like big here in Bacolod. It's a cafe called, what is it called? Kalea. And like so many people told us we had to come here and try some of their desserts. Apparently it's amazing. I don't really know that it's Filipino, but I don't care because I really wanted to go.
Nicole says she's ready for a little less meat and a little more sweet.
We've had multiple people here from Bacolod tell us we had to get the mud pie specifically here. I guess it's like chocolate ice cream, fudge, Oreo crumbs, and almonds. This is like why I ate everything else I ate today.
So today I feel like we didn't try a ton of different foods, but this is a pretty good representation of like a piece of Filipino food cuisine and culture because it was very meat heavy, very delicious, and then we top it off with some intensely sweet desserts.
Yeah, you're right. That is super Filipino.
Meats, sweets. I think those two words sum up a small section of Filipino cuisine because there's a lot more to it.
A large section.
I swear there's a lot more to it. So we're gonna dive into this cake and some hot
Latte.
some lattes. I think the next video will be.
We're not actually totally sure. Pretty sure it'll be on a different island, I think. Who knows? We'll see. Make sure you subscribe so you can see where the heck we go next because we don't even know. And yeah, we'll catch you guys in the next one.
Thanks for watching. Just put it in your pocket. Everybody knows you had a good Cansi.